Haters beware, Marathon is officially out now, and now you're gonna have to eat your disgusting lying words because of these oh my. That's not good. In any case, welcome one, welcome all on another episode of your favorite Dead on Arrival, this time featuring Marathon. We waited so long for this and it's finally here, and it's bad. It is absolutely devastation. Now, granted, I will give Marathon one good point because remember I said that judging from the server slam situation, I would be honestly amazed, and I think it would be insane if it even had 80k peak players. I expected roughly 50, but it got 88. So everyone, applause to Marathon. It's still gonna be dead in probably 5 days, but it broke expectations. That's a great thing, honestly. In any case, this is, needless to say, an absolute disaster. It just got released today, and funnily enough, it looks like it's actually following the exact same pattern, currently, as much as I can at least tell, as the server slam numbers are. So, needless to say, the when Marathon was free to play, everyone played it, and well, everyone who wanted it has already bought it. So this number can never go up. The chances that it goes up today or on Saturday or Sunday, impossible. I am probably expecting a 20% discount in the upcoming week or two, because this is what these AAA companies now do after making an absolute failure like this. They put it on early discounts. So I think that's going to happen. That's one. So if you are thinking of buying it, maybe hold off a week or two, because there's very, very good chance that there's going to be a discount very soon for it. In any case, a Marathon currently is following in the exact same steps and patterns as the server slam did. And that means that most likely, if Marathon is lucky, it is going to have today roughly 59, 60, 62k peak. If we believe that the same thing is gonna occur as in the server slam, which does seem actually very likely to me. And that means that roughly we can expect Marathon to lose 50% of its player base on day 3. Very cool, very cool, obviously. Not typically, a good game expects to lose 50% of its player base after release a month in, 2-3 months in, depending on the type of game. The fact that Marathon is supposed to be a multiplayer thing, it's not even supposed to honestly lose 50% of its player base in a month, let alone 3 days, but it seems like it's going to happen. Now, granted, we will see how fast it happens, but at this rate, it looks like Marathon, if today's predictions come through, is going to be roughly left with 20k concurrent players by the end of the week, which is going to be, needless to say, an absolute disaster. Now, granted, Marathon already is an absolute disaster, but at least, boys, listen. Don't believe the chuds. Marathon's actually great, okay? Because it's currently sitting on a 4.81 out of 5 rating on the PlayStation Store. Yes, when only the people left to buy it are there to buy it, it actually has a good score. Who would have expected? Xbox, 4.7 out of 5. And on Steam, a 90%, very positive. Well, that's actually a lie. It's currently on 87.6%, but still positive, granted. But again, the only people who are playing Marathon are the people who are really, really Bungie's fanboys. That's it. Everyone else has dipped. So, if you have seen other my videos, you probably know roughly the math that we use to approximate sales for these games. And when a game is like Marathon that everyone knows about it and the hype for it is real and there's a lot of fanboys, typically, to approximate sales, you take the peak you add a 0 on it, and then you go 50 up to plus or minus 50% from that number, based on do people like it, are there fans, and things like that. So currently, we can estimate on a default that Marathon has roughly sold maybe 900k units. Maybe. Best case scenario. Because Marathon is very well known, so currently everyone who wants it is already playing. And when that happens, this number is bigger than the actual sales. Well, not this number, but this number is not add a 0. This number is add a 0 and subtract up to even minus 50%. So Marathon sales currently could be roughly only 600k if they're lucky. Yes, Marathon sales are only, if they're lucky, 600k. And you can, and by the way, if you don't believe what I'm saying, go ahead, look at my other videos where I predict the shit. I have only been wrong in a reasonably high margin one time before predicting sales. And my track record's pretty good. So, Marathon, if it's lucky, has currently sold 600k units on Steam. Now, granted, on other platforms, it's probably, we can estimate, what, maybe 400k more sales on other platforms, maybe? So, let's just say Marathon has 1 million sales. 1 million times 40 is 40 million. Very hard math, I know. Someone give me a medal, I deserve it. 40 million. If we go even by the absolutely most ridiculously untrue statistics of how much a modern day AAA title costs, and we go by Ubisoft CEO's Yves Guillemot lies that Assassin's Creed Shadows cost 160 million to make, Marathon would still need to sell 1.5 million more units to break even. And that's obviously not counting this Steam cut of 30%. So in reality, Marathon needs to at least sell, at this point, if we're being super generous, 3 million more copies to break even. To break even. If we assume that its budget was 100 million, which is obviously not the case. Because again, keep in mind, Marathon is from this company right here called Bungie. Bungie is the company that made Destiny, and then they killed Destiny. Very cool, I know. Destiny was considered a failure when it reached 50k concurrent players. And at that point, they gave up on Destiny, because after Into the Light or Lightfall or whatever the fuck this thing was called, not this one, but the other one, it was called, dropped. It did not meet sales expectations. Okay, listen, how much did it have? Let's actually check all of this. Lightfall, was it Lightfall? Right, whole, blah blah blah. What is Into the Light? Okay, I think it was no, it wasn't Into the Light. What the fuck is this? Is it really that? Is it really that bad? The Edge of Fate, the final shape. Where is the final shape? I can't see the final shape. It's somewhere here, boys. The final shape was considered a disaster because it didn't pay for itself. The true cost of Marathon, I personally think, is in no world less than 300 million. So if 100 million, at this point, Bungie needed to sell roughly 2 to 3 more million copies. So for every 100 million that they spent on the game, they roughly need to sell 4 million copies to break even. So Bungie currently needs to sell 7 times more copies than they all... No, actually, they sold 1 million. So they currently need to sell roughly, easily, 10 times more copies than they have already sold, which, needless to say, is not happening. Not happening in the slightest. And again, keep in mind, Destiny was a failure when when the new expansion launched and it had only 100k peak. That was considered a failure. Marathon is below that, and Marathon is supposed to fully replace Destiny for Bungie. It is. And that's, by the way, why Marathon is not going to go down under very soon. It's going to take years for it to be shut down because Bungie doesn't have anything. They just have Marathon. That's their only IP that's doing anything. All the marketing went into Marathon. All the everything went into Marathon. And I would not be surprised if in a month or two we're going to hear rumors from journalists that insiders at Bungie tell them that Marathon was like 400 million to make. Because again, when things are bad, you're not looking to scale back when you're a company like this. That's what small companies do. Big companies go all in because they know that they can do it. Well, needless to say, Bungie can't do it, but you get the point. You get the fucking point. Also, fun things also are happening. Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire is an amazing game, by the way. And Slay the Spire 2 is an official thing, and well, it launched at the same time, and Slay the Spire has currently 400k peak players. Bungie, a triple fucking A company, can't even muster 100k. An indie development game called Slay the Spire, though, at the same, it gets 400k. Wow. And by the way, they clowned on them. This is this. Megacritic Slay the Spire 2 is out now. Congratulations to the Marathon team on their launch. Don't let small indie passion projects like this pass you by just because Slay the Spire 2 is out. Oh my god, please apply some aloe vera to the burn. Wow. If I was Bungie, I would consider liquidation at this point. Because again, Slay the Spire is the indie development thing, and they're literally just straight up clowning on them. Oh, don't bash on Marathon because Slay the Spire 2. Bruv. Ouch, that is a burn. In any case, Marathon has been absolutely, totally destroyed. This is not accurate data because it's only 16 minutes into 3 o'clock UTC, so don't look at this too much. And I wonder how much they're getting, because, you know, I think it's gonna be 62ish k players here, and then it's gonna be the drop. I don't see a reason why Marathon's launch should not mirror the Marathon server slam statistics. There's no reason not to, right? Everything else that we previously compared actually does mirror, and it would be strange if Marathon suddenly doesn't actually mirror it. I mean, look at the timestamps. The highest player count was at the release, and then there was a bump around 2 and 3. You can actually see the same thing even happening here. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a mirror. In any case, that's it. Slay the Spire 2 is out, boys. Actual good game. Slay the Spire is great. I played it. I loved it. So, go buy that instead of Marathon. It's probably way less also. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye!